I don't know how to do this anymore. I don't know how to do this anymore. It has been so long and I have missed this so much. And now here I am in front of the camera and I don't remember how to do this anymore. Hey everyone, it's me, Laura. I would say welcome back to my channel, but that seems like an understatement. I don't remember the last time I made a video, probably a year ago, and I don't think I've been consistent with videos in a couple of years, but I will say I have missed it. I really have, and I keep telling myself every day, today is going to be the day. Today is going to be the day. And then every day I chicken out. Honestly, as y'all know, I've said this ad nauseum. I had a lot of stuff go on in my life and at work that made it really difficult for me to prioritize my writing and filming for a while. And then honestly, I got out of the habit. And if anyone has ever done YouTube for a while and then stopped doing it for a while, it's really hard to get back into it. I would say it's almost as hard as convincing yourself to start it to begin with. You just get out of the groove of it and you start to feel self-conscious about doing it again. Like I feel kind of weird right now, which is so weird because I vlogged for years on both this channel as well as like my personal channel that I had. And so I don't know why it's so weird for me still. So I just want to say I finally this morning, it was quiet. I had a few extra minutes and I was like, we're just going to start this thing. We're going to do it. We're just going to pull the Band-Aid and do it. So it's early in the morning. I don't typically like to just even interact this early in the morning, but I felt like if I didn't do it now, it's never going to happen. So apologies in advance for the rustiness of me and this video, but I'm finally getting back into writing, you guys, and I'm really like prioritizing my writing and I'm really happy with the progress I've been making, and I just really want to get back to sharing that with people. And I'll be honest, I tried doing it on TikTok because I was like, okay, TikTok's shorter, easier, quicker, like maybe it'll be easier for me to transition into TikTok. Like maybe I should just move in that direction. Let me tell y'all, for those of you who don't make TikToks, it's horrible. It's horrible. First of all, you know me, I'm a chatty Cathy, okay? I like to talk. TikTok, you know, they don't want a bunch of chatty Cathys, you know? They want you gotta be flashy, you gotta get to the point. And I'm not a flashy girl, okay? I don't know how to, you know, pull people in. I just want to share. I just want to share my experience and connect with others, because doing that has been such a great and fulfilling aspect of my life. As you all know, I have made many friends via Authortube. Some of my best friends are, you know, from Authortube, and I love the community and connection of being with other writers, and I just really want back in. So please take me back. Take me back. I'm coming back to you. Okay. So I am, because this is the first one, right? Once I've pulled the Band-Aid, I can keep going. So I am going to come back. Now, I don't know how often I'm going to film. I don't want to set intentions that I can't meet, because y'all know me. I can't meet a goal, you know, if my life depended on it. But I will, at a very minimum, like to update once a month. Sort of how Lindsay, you'll know Lindsay Bucket. If you don't know Lindsay Bucket, follow her, okay? How she does like a monthly recap. At the very least, I'd like to do something like that. I'm hoping to do more than that. But at the very least, I want to do something like that. So that's sort of my intentions, but I really want to get to talk about my writing and like what's going on and how I'm feeling, and finally being able to prioritize that. It's October 1st, which, happy spooky season. Y'all know it's my fave. It's my fave. I got my ghost face shirt on today to celebrate. And so I really want to start this last quarter strong. with really getting into my writing because I have been writing every day for a while now, and as y'all know, that has always been hard for me, and I finally feel like I'm in a place where I'm doing it and I want to talk about it and document it and celebrate it, if you will. So I don't really know what I want to do in this video because honestly, like I said, I didn't really plan it. I was just like, okay, let's just do it, girl. Let's just do it. And here I am. So I think maybe I will just give a short little update on where I am with my writing, and then maybe I can plan a more robust, if you will, update video for you all, you know, kind of reflecting on September and like what y'all missed, okay, in a different video, because I really just needed to jump into the pool here. So, okay, so let me just tell you what you've missed on Glee. No, I'm kidding. Weird Glee reference. Like, okay, I have no excuses for that. All right, so surprise, surprise, still working on my book, Beware of Monsters, and I am on draft 1.5. So let me just explain that a little bit for you, if y'all don't remember. So I had a complete draft of Beware of Monsters, but at that time it was a contemporary, and I was really struggling with it, and like I was reading a lot of, you know, craft books and things like that, as y'all know here on this channel, and I realized about 9 months after I finished that first draft and like took a break from it, that it's not a contemporary, it's a horror. Okay. And that's where I've been ever since because I felt like though I consume a ton of horror, I don't know how to write one. I hadn't really thought about it, and I really felt like I wasn't prepared for it. Plus I'm still, honestly, even though I've been writing for a long time, still learning about plot. I feel like I get it now, but at that time I was still learning about plot because I realized everything I'd written prior to that had no plot. Okay. Just vibes, scenes, people. So once I finally realized that it was a horror, I had to completely reconceptualize a book that I had already been conceptualizing for years. So yada, 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 took me a really long time to get that figured out. So last summer, so summer of 2023 is when I finally started drafting the first draft of the horror version of this book. And I'm going to be honest, it took me a really long time. It took me a really long time. No excuses other than life and work, okay? And like not getting into the groove. By this summer 2024, I had hit 40,000 words and I'd gotten to the midpoint, which was a good spot to be at the midpoint, right? But like it took me a year. I don't know why it took me that long. Okay, I did just say why it took me that long, but I'm embarrassed by how long it took me, okay? But anyway, what's funny about that is once I hit the midpoint, I realized I needed to make kind of a big change about the beginning of the book that would basically impact the rest of the book, like every aspect of it. And without giving anything away, basically my book originally started out where you already knew something, and I decided that I don't want you to already know this thing. It needs to be a reveal. And so in order to do that, needed to fix everything I'd already drafted. So that's where the 0.5 stuff comes in. So that was draft 1 that I made all the way to the midpoint. I had not written the midpoint. I'd gotten to the chapter with the midpoint when I realized I needed to change that thing at the beginning and that it would impact all the chapters I'd already done, plus the trajectory of the second half of the book, which I'm not done plotting yet, but we'll get to that. Okay. Let's ignore that for now. So that is when I decided, okay, I need to go back into my first draft, not care so much about like how it's written or whatever, but just change it because just my brain, the way it works, I couldn't just do the second half and then go back later. Like I needed to know how it unfolded in the first half to be able to proceed with the second half, if that makes sense. So I started back over, and I'm calling it draft 1.5 because it's not a new draft. It is, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've been going through that first half and changing what needs to be changed in every chapter to now align with this major change that I've made. And so that is where I'm at right now. So what I had in draft, I'm getting all mixed up. What I had in draft 1 was 40,000 words and 14 chapters. So now I'm working on redoing those 14 chapters, and some of it's going pretty quickly too, because I don't have to change a lot in some chapters. So I'm just kind of like keeping it, you know what I mean? And so some of it can be transferred over pretty quickly. And so that is where I'm at right now. And I just finished chapter 7 last night. No, 2 nights ago. And I started working on chapter 8 last night. So I'm around 16,000 words of it. This version might be a little bit shorter, just because, yeah, it just might be shorter. So than that draft. But that is where I'm at. So my first act is 6 chapters. Then the first half of the second act is 7 chapters. Then I have a midpoint chapter. Then I have another 7 chapters plus 7 chapters in the act 3. So that is where I am currently with Beware of Monsters. I'm on chapter 8, about 16,000 words into draft 1.5. And I would say like what my goals are, but like, y'all, I'm so done with being upset with myself about not reaching goals, because I am just a person who struggles, okay? So like, I'm not going to set myself up for failure. I'm just going to take it day by day and do what I can do. And so I'm happy about that. And I'm happy that I have been able to figure out a way to prioritize writing again, which has made me feel so good and so happy. And I really love my book, even though it's probably garbage. I love it so much. And I have so many ideas for other books that I really want to work on, but I got to get this down first. I just have to. I know some people are like, oh, you should just set aside. No, no, no. I know me. This is the book I need to finish before I can do any other ones. This is my training wheels. This is me figuring out how to write a book with plot and horror, which is what all of my other book ideas are. Well, that's not true. I do have like a sci-fi near future speculative that I'm kind of obsessed with right now. And a lot of the ideas, which I came up with over a decade ago, got cut off because your girl is long-winded. What was I saying? Oh yeah, feels very now because some of that stuff is actually kind of like happening, or I could see it happening. I don't want to say it's dystopian, but it is like a future in which things have changed. So you know what I mean? But like, it's not dystopian. But anyway, I can't get to it, can't get to any of that until I freaking finish Beware of Monsters. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm doing. That's what I hope to keep y'all updated with. I want to make another video really soon, kind of as my first like update or like monthly update. And I'll try to recap some stuff, just like what I've been doing, what I've been reading and watching, like the highlights, of course, because it's been a minute. And then I hope to keep y'all updated with my progress on writing and what I'm doing and where I'm going and all that stuff. And on occasion, I still am going to try to make some TikToks, even though y'all, it's not the same. It's not the same, and I hate vertical video, you know? But if you want to follow me on there, it's Laura Writes Horror. Yeah, Laura Writes Horror. Maybe I'll link it in the description, but yeah, I'm hoping to make more YouTube videos because YouTube is my home and you are my people. So, and if you're new here, hello! I would love for you to be my people. But y'all, I got things to do. I gotta cut this short, although it's really not short at all, but I'm so happy to be back. And I promise, well, I hate to give promises, but I promise to really try. And I promise that I have every intention to be back soon, okay? So please make sure that you're subscribed, or if you unsubscribe because I wasn't posting anymore, please resubscribe. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell everybody. Your girl, she's back.